Hey everyone, and welcome to I Don't Have Time to Read. This is a show where we dive deep into captivating stories like, well, today, it's Erin Morgenstern's The Night Circus.
Oh, this book.
Have you read this one?
I have. I love this book. It's so magical and mysterious.
So for those who may not be familiar, can you give us like a quick rundown of what this book is about?
Sure. So imagine a circus, but not just any circus.
Okay.
This one appears out of nowhere only at night.
Oh, spooky.
Right. And everything is in black and white.
Whoa. Okay, so visually striking right from the start.
Exactly. It sets a very specific mood.
Yeah, I can already see it in my head.
And at the heart of this circus, there's a magical competition going on.
Oh, a competition. Okay.
Yeah, it's between two really powerful magicians, Prospero the Enchanter, and this mysterious figure known only as Alexander.
Ooh, mysterious.
Each of them has chosen a student to compete, Celia and Marco.
So kind of like a magical duel.
Exactly. But here's the thing, nobody knows the rules.
Oh, so it's like a secret society of magic or something?
It's like a game shrouded in mystery.
Whoa. Okay, so what are these students like Celia and Marco?
So Celia is Prospero's daughter, and she's got this incredible knack for manipulating objects, like physically making things move and change.
That's so cool.
And Marco, he's Alexander's protege, and his expertise lies in illusions and messing with people's minds.
Oh, so like mind control type stuff?
Well, not exactly, but he can definitely make you see things that aren't there and question what's real.
That's wild. Okay, so we've got this magical competition with super secret rules, these two talented competitors battling it out.
And here comes the twist.
What's that?
They fall in love.
Whoa, wait, hold on. They're supposed to be rivals, right?
Yep.
So a forbidden romance on top of everything else?
Exactly. It's such a good setup. You're immediately hooked, trying to figure out what will happen.
I can only imagine the tension.
Oh, and the way Morgenstern describes their magic, it's like reading poetry.
That's how good the writing is.
Oh, absolutely. She paints these vivid pictures with her words.
So it's not just about the plot. It's the whole experience, the atmosphere, the language.
You get completely transported into this world.
Okay, so we have Celia and Marco, their love story, this mysterious competition, and of course the circus itself, the Cirque des Rêves.
The circus is almost a character in itself.
In what way?
Well, it's so much more than just a setting.
Okay.
It has its own personality, its own magic.
Can you give some examples of that?
Sure. Like there's a contortionist who vanishes into thin air.
No way.
I know. And a cloud maze that changes every time you walk through it. An ice garden that defies all logic.
Wow, it sounds incredible.
It really is. And all of this is happening against the backdrop of this intense competition and this forbidden romance.
So it's like multiple layers of stories all intertwined.
And it all just draws you in deeper and deeper.
I can see why you love this book.
It's truly captivating. And we haven't even touched on all the other amazing characters yet.
Oh yeah, there's so many interesting people who populate this world.
Each one adding another dimension to the story.
Like, who are some of your favorites?
Well, there's Chandrish Christophe Lefebvre. He's the proprietor of the Circus Flamboyant and always striving for something more.
Sounds like a character.
Oh, he definitely is. And then there's Isabelle, the fortune teller.
Ooh, I love fortune tellers.
She's got this connection to Marco, almost like she can sense his fate.
That's creepy.
It is a little, but it also adds to the whole atmosphere of mystery and magic.
Definitely. And what about the Burgess twins? You mentioned them earlier.
Right, Lainey and Tara, they're part of the circus, but they seem to know more than they let on.
Ooh, so they hold secrets.
And then there's Mr. Barris, the architect who designed all these incredible tents.
Oh, so he's like the mastermind behind the visual spectacle.
He's more than that. He gets pulled into the competition, too, seeking answers, offering cryptic clues.
It's like everyone is playing a role in this grand magical game, whether they realize it or not.
And then we have Friedrich Thiessen, the clockmaker drawn to the circus by its beauty and wonder.
A clockmaker in a magical circus. How does that fit in?
He creates this amazing clock, the Wohnstrom, that becomes a symbol of time and destiny.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here with destiny and fate and all these intertwined stories.
It's like everything is connected, every character, every event leading to something bigger, something we can't quite grasp yet.
It's all part of the allure, the mystery that keeps you turning the pages.
Exactly. And just when you think you're starting to understand the rules of the game, something happens that throws everything into question.
Oh, man. I'm already on the edge of my seat and we're just scratching the surface.
There's so much more to uncover, so many twists and turns and revelations.
I can't wait to dive deeper into this world with you.
Me too. It's going to be a wild ride. All right, so we're back and ready to delve deeper into the Night Circus. Where we left off, things were getting pretty intense.
Yeah, that whole competition with Celia and Marco is like a ticking time bomb,
It really is, and as the story progresses, the stakes just keep getting higher.
And their love story is like fuel to the fire, right?
Exactly. It's this forbidden romance that's both beautiful and dangerous because they're not just rivals. They're pawns in a game orchestrated by these powerful magicians.
So they're caught between their feelings for each other and this destiny that's been laid out for them.
And Morgenstern does such a great job of capturing that inner turmoil, the way Celia and Marco try to find ways to connect despite the restrictions placed upon them.
Like, how do they even communicate when they're supposed to be enemies?
It's fascinating, actually. They start leaving messages for each other hidden within their magical performances.
Oh, wow. So their magic becomes like a secret language.
Exactly. They're expressing their love through illusions, through these breathtaking spectacles that only they truly understand.
It's like a love story told in the language of enchantment.
And it makes you wonder if their love strengthens their magic or makes them more vulnerable.
That's a good question because you'd think love would be a powerful force, but in this case, it could also be their undoing.
Right, because the more connected they become, the more they have to lose.
And the circus itself seems to react to their emotions.
Oh, absolutely. Like, remember how we talked about the circus being almost a character in itself?
Yeah, it's like it has a life of its own.
As Celia and Marco's feelings intensify, the circus becomes more volatile. Storms brew inside tents. There are whispers of unease among the performers.
That's like the circus is mirroring their inner turmoil.
And then there's Isabel, the fortune teller. Remember her?
Yeah, she seemed pretty important.
She becomes crucial to Celia and Marco's story. She can sense the depth of their love and tries to guide and protect them.
But can she really change their fate?
That's the question, isn't it? She's caught between her loyalty to Marco and her concern for Celia, knowing the danger they face.
It's like she can see the storm coming, but doesn't know how to stop it.
And all this while the competition rages on.
So we've got this forbidden romance, these high stakes, the circus is practically alive, and then we're introduced to Bailey.
Oh, yes, Bailey's such a pivotal character.
He's the one who was captivated by Celia's white glove as a kid, right?
Exactly. He becomes obsessed with the circus, drawn back to it years later.
But he doesn't know about the competition or the magical undercurrents, does he?
Not at first. He's just this innocent bystander caught in the crossfire of this magical duel.
And yet he becomes so important to the story.
He represents the perspective of someone outside the game, someone who sees the wonder and magic without knowing the danger.
So he's like a symbol of pure enchantment, the way we all might feel when we first encounter something extraordinary.
And as he gets more involved, he starts to uncover the secrets of the circus, guided by those who understand its true nature.
Like who?
Well, there's Poppet and Widget, the twins, who were born into the circus.
Oh, yeah. They seem to have a special connection to the magic.
They do. They have this innate understanding of how everything works, and they become Bailey's mentors in a way.
Leading him through the labyrinth of the circus.
And through Bailey, we see the potential for the circus to survive beyond the competition, beyond the control of the magicians.
That's an interesting thought. The idea that the circus could have a life beyond the game that birthed it.
And it's Bailey who ultimately plays a key role in making that happen.
Okay, so we've got Bailey learning the ropes of the circus, Celia and Marco battling their feelings, and this looming threat of the competition all coming to a head.
And then Celia makes a drastic move.
What does she do?
She rebels against the rules of the game, driven by her love for Marco and her desire for freedom.
Oh, wow. That's got to shake things up.
It does. Her actions send shockwaves through the circus, threatening to dismantle everything.
So it's all out chaos now.
The stakes are incredibly high. The fate of the circus, the future of the competitors, the very essence of the magic, it all hangs in the balance.
And amidst all this, an unexpected hero emerges, guided by those who truly understand the heart of the circus. So here we are at the climax of the Night Circus. Everything's kind of falling apart, right?
Yeah, it's like Celia's rebellion has broken the whole game.
But you said there's hope, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Remember Bailey?
Yeah, he's like the audience surrogate, right? Experiencing the wonder of the circus.
Exactly. But now he's stepping up, becoming something more.
So what happens?
Well, the twins, Poppet and Widget and Tsukiko.
Oh, Tsukiko, the contortionist.
Yes, they guide Bailey. They help him understand that the circus needs a protector.
Like a guardian of its magic.
Exactly. Someone who can ensure its survival.
And they see that in Bailey.
They do. They see his love for the circus, his belief in the impossible.
It's a pretty amazing transformation, right? From wide-eyed kid to savior of the circus.
It really is. And it speaks to that idea that anyone can be touched by magic. Anyone can become part of something bigger.
So Bailey's the one who steps up. But what about Celia and Marco?
Their story, it takes a bittersweet turn.
What do you mean?
They realize that they can't win the game, not in the traditional sense.
Because their love is too powerful.
In a way, it's like they have to choose between the competition and their love for each other.
And they choose love.
They do, but it requires a sacrifice.
What kind of sacrifice?
They merge their magic with the circus itself becoming part of its fabric.
So they're no longer competing. They're sustaining the magic.
Exactly. And in doing so, they ensure that the circus will continue even though they're giving up their own individual dreams.
It's like their love becomes a foundation for a new kind of magic one that's not about winning or losing.
Right. It's about balance, about the harmony between light and darkness.
Like the black and white of the circus.
Exactly. That motif, it comes full circle representing the duality that exists in everything.
So in the end, the circus survives.
It does, and Bailey becomes its caretaker, watching over it, protecting its secrets.
Wow, what a journey.
It really is, and I think Morgenstern leaves us with a powerful message.
What's that?
That belief can shape reality, that magic exists if we're open to it.
That's a beautiful sentiment.
And I think the Night Circus is a perfect example of that. It transports you to a world where anything is possible.
It's been amazing exploring this book with you.
It's been my pleasure.
And for all of you listening out there, we encourage you to dive into the Night Circus yourself.
Let its magic sweep you away.
Discover its secrets and find your own interpretation of this incredible story.
Because ultimately, the circus is whatever you believe it to be.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Night Circus. And until next time, keep reading, keep dreaming, and keep believing in the magic of stories.